Hi, my name is Laurina and my student number is s00090263, and this is my Part A of Assessment 1 for edss428. So my big question is, how can we continue to develop our community's sustainable attitudes and actions so that we preserve and take better care of the natural environment and reduce our ecological footprint? So I'll be addressing the connection between impact and action, so what human and global impact we're having, what are the consequences, and then what is our local community and school doing to address these issues? How can we get involved? Basically, the overarching theme of my question is we understand that we need to be sustainable, we understand the benefits and ways to be sustainable, but how do we maintain this process? So students need to be able to reflect and compare what's going on and create new and unique ideas to continue the process. So this sequence of lessons addresses curriculum values level 4 for both geography and civics and citizenship. Basically, the way children are looking at the effects and then seeing how others are responding and then developing a way that they can get actively involved themselves is basically what the strands are saying for this. And this lesson also takes an inquiry approach because I believe it allows students to see the connection between environment and society without being explicitly taught about terms, allows them to build relevance, get involved, and want to make a difference. So it creates informed citizens. And yes, so lesson 1 will investigate what global impact humans are having on the environment by looking at images that contrast different aspects of the past and present environment, and the children will have, as a whole class, have a brainstorm about what environmental issues they see, how they think they've been caused, what are the differences, and then the teacher will support them to come towards understanding and defining the terms of the ecological footprint and sustainability. Then one issue will be selected and a consequence wheel will be formed to show children the link between an issue, our society and the world, so linking thinking between consequence and change as well. So the activity for the students will be to develop a KWL chart about an environmental issue that they're interested in. The outcome is that they will be able to identify environmental issues, understand and discuss the impact and how we are using our resources and affecting our environment. Assessment will be the KWL chart and that children have responded with at least 2 key points for each section. Resources will be the numerous photos, children's book which they will be given, which will be called their Earth Knowledge book, so that they can record everything they're learning in this book for down the track as well, that they can reflect back on. Also the KW chart and the consequence wheel. And then for lesson 2, we'll be investigating the ways the school is being sustainable and how the school feels about sustainability. So in a snapshot, the teacher will take the class on a exploration walk around the school, identifying different ways the school is being sustainable, different environmental issues they can see, and how these are being addressed. They also have the chance to talk to the principal and committee members about what the school is doing and feels about sustainability. So the activity for the students will be prior forming questions that they want to interview the principal and school about to ask about sustainability, and then after they have done this, they'll produce a table that states what the school is doing and what environmental issue they're addressing. The assessment, the ability for students to ask these questions and understand the connection between an environmental issue and how to address fixing it or preventing it, and the children's book will be the resource for this lesson. For lesson 3, they will investigate and compare the school to the local community with the exact same process. So that for the activity, the students will create questions prior, but this time they'll be encouraged to ask the community about what they're doing, how the students themselves can get involved, and how they feel about sustainability, rather than the environmental issue solely itself. They will again go on the exploration walk, but this time around the community, and this time speaking to local business owners and council members. And as a class, they will create a comparison chart where they can see what type of issues are being addressed between the school and the community and how they're addressing them. Is it the same? Is it different? Is one way better than the other? What are the benefits? And then for the children, will also have to reflect and analyse on what they have learned individually. So they will complete the following sentence starters. Sustainability looks like, a sustainable future needs people who are, and I want or I feel. So basically the outcome and form of assessment for this is that students will be able to relate to sustainable knowledge, actions and emotions and create their own motivation and will for sustainability, how they feel about it, what are the benefits for it, what does it look like. So they're developing an overall picture of sustainability. For lesson 4, they will be in a group and pick based on the environmental issue that they're interested in, so purely inquiry work. First, they'll watch a video about what other Australian children are doing to be more sustainable, and then the children will create a unique sustainable initiative. Then first the class will have a discussion about ways they think they can be sustainable, different ways, different things they haven't seen in the community or the school, any ideas the children have just to get them started. They will then be put in their groups called Make a Difference groups, and each child will have a different role. Basically, they're creating an action plan stating how they will share this initiative and get involved with the community, and how to get the community themselves involved. Basically, both the outcome and the assessment will that children that will be collaborative, they'll be reflective, they'll be engaged, and they'll be creative about their responses. It will help them develop and show an understanding of the human impact we have on the world and our communities, and help to prevent further damage. So for resources will be technology and multimedia needs, the video and access to multimedia. Basically, putting it all together, it will take an inquiry approach, because instead of explicitly teaching terms and it being teacher directed, I want the teacher to learn with the students, so the students will have the chance to be hands-on with the environment, develop their own action plan, have a sense of involvement and empowerment by what they're doing through this process, because at the end of the day, students bring a lot to the classroom, a lot that we can learn from, rather than just getting them to write information reports. So basically the behaviours that they will show in the action and the process will hopefully create individuals who are confident, who can change our future.